What's really interesting is that there is a geopolitical theorist named Alexander Dugin who's turned this eschatology into a master plan for Vladimir Putin to implement. If you don't know who Alexander Dugin is, you have to watch his interviews, you have to read his books, because he's probably the most important geo-strategic thinker we have today. I'm going to put his videos and his books in the description below, so please make sure you spend the time to actually research him, because so much of what he says helps us understand the world as it is today and how the world would develop over time. So in 1997, Dugin published a book called Foundations of Geopolitics, where he describes this master plan for how Moscow can restore the Byzantine Empire. So what he understands is that for the longest time, whoever controls the seas controls the world, because most trade was done through sea. But in a time of nation states, in a time of railways, if one power can unite the Europe and Asian continents into the Eurasian continent, then that power can negate sea power and become the global hegemon. And that's why the British Empire are committed to two things. The second thing they're committed to is ensuring that no major power would arise in the Eurasian heartland. And that's why Britain is now afraid of Russia, because Russia is trying to be that power to unify the entire Eurasian heartland. For Dugin, to unify the Eurasian heartland, what Moscow needs to do is, first of all, create the Berlin-Moscow axis to reconcile itself with Europe. Must also create the Moscow-Tokyo axis to reach out to Southeast Asia, and also to create the Moscow terrain axis to control the resources of the Middle East. And by building this alliance, what Moscow is doing is not only restoring the Byzantine Empire, but it's also restoring the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol Empire. So Moscow sees itself as the heirs to both the Byzantine Empire as well as the Mongolian Empire. Now, Dugin thinks this is entirely possible because the Iranians, the Japanese, and the Germans all feel slighted, humiliated by the Anglo-American Empire.